How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 called Oberschwaben. And we're going to start with a description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to beautiful Upper Swabia in the Ravensburg Berber Rock district. The map takes place between Bad Waldsee and Obersendorf, above Lake Constance, with railroad courses and field divisions. Known from Farming Simulator 22, it now finds a way into Farming Simulator 25 in an adapted version. What awaits you on the map? 3 different courtyards that vary in the structure and size, fully developed AI splines for helpers up to the fields, various buying and selling stations, real license plates installed, 1 small old courtyard, 1 large modern yard for medium and large tractors, 1 resettler farm with cows and pigs that can be breathed back into life, 1 municipal building yard for community maintenance and winter service, 1 area for small wage companies with an attached recycling center, 1 sewage treatment plant with slurry purchase option, 1 large biogas plant, various outdoor hall that can be purchased, carpentry with productions sales of wood, 130 fields, meadows, and forest areas from 1 hectare to 6 hectares, various sales outlets such as country store. You can take water from the ponds or rivers. There are plenty of forests for the tree poopers among you. And no field entrances were forgotten. The Swabians saved them. We hope you have fun with the map. There are mods required for this map, starting with the large storage hall by Modding Association Ketsu, manure evacuator by MA7 Studio, medium biogas plant package by RLSF Modding, cow barn big with lizard mix feeder by Castor DS Agriservice, silo plate by RLSF Modding, modern house set by Red Phoenix, storage building package by Vertex Design, village shop by LSMT Falpos, church Skondorf by Bernie CS, and pneumatic conveyor for grain silos by Peisel. This map was created by Jogi and is 350.48 megabytes to download. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here in the northwest corner of the map on our main starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands. Let's go over here. Farmlands number 11, 28, 30, 34, 75, and 176. 11, 28, 34, 11, 28, 30, 34, and 75 are all fields with no product in them. And then the last one, which is 146 right here, is your main starting farm. Field prices on the map do vary, and really it's relatively cheap based on what I've seen. You can see this first one I clicked on, 34,000, then 27,000, and all this is grass areas. You got a 72,000, you got 139,000. It starts ramping up, but you still get some really good introductory options. 49,000. Let's go into some other kind of field. We got 69, almost 70,000, 80,000. We got a 54,000, 76,000, 39,000, 50,000. Let's go some bigger ones down here in the south. We got one around here, 275,000. We got an even bigger one here, 360,000. We got tons of forestry area, like this one here, 1.3 million. Let's see, go down here for 489,000. Got some more up here. 401,000, 231, and $1.4 million. So you get a really good range of the different sizes and the types of farming that you can do here on this map. It's a really good example of the differences in the styles of farming that can be done. You can purchase all areas of the map, and we start out with animal pastures. We start out with a cow pasture, a cow barn, and a chicken pasture. Contracts are available on this map. We do start out with several productions, and this is the part that's kind of weird. I'm going to say there are no collectibles because it says 0 of 0 down the bottom. But normally, when you have a map with no collectibles, that part doesn't come through. Like it normally just says nothing for collectibles collected. So the fact it says 0, 0, I'm going to say there's no collectibles, but I mean, that's also the first time I've ever seen this. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, there is nothing here under buy menu, but under the build mode, if we take a look under here, we have absolutely nothing under our entire buildings tabs. That's nothing under sheds, silos, silo extensions, constructibles, containers, tools, and farmhouses. But we do have under productions, if we scroll down here on factories, go down to the very, very, very bottom, we have the mineral feed production Oberschwaben mod. That Oberschwaben mod, denotes that this is a mod that is specific to this map. So we do have one here. Nothing under selling points, but again, under greenhouses, we scroll all the way down, you'll see small glass greenhouse Oberschwaben mod. This one is again one specific to this map. Nothing for cultivation and nothing for generators. We take a look at our animals tab. Right here, there's nothing for cows, horses, pigs, sheep, but for chickens, you'll see right here we do have a mod specific for this map. Under chickens, nothing for bees or others. We have nothing under our decorations tab, and we have nothing under our landscaping tab. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment, because we do start out here at our starting farm. Let's go back under this menu, and under vehicles, we start out with an Amazon ZGTS 10,001. That is a fertilizer spreader. We have the Albert Bale Fork, Albert Pallet Fork, Albert Universal Buckets, the Brantner TA 1250 Power Spread Plus Manure Spreader. We have the Fendt 311 Vario, the Fendt 720 Vario, the Flegel PFW 18,000 Max Line Plus, that is a slurry spreader. We have the Horsch Credo 3 Power Harrow, the Horsch Versa, that is a seeder. We have the Hardy Mega 1200L fertilizer and herbicide sprayer. We have the John Deere 980, which I believe is a plow, I believe. We have the John Deere C441R, the baler and wrapper. The Krone Vendro 820 Highland tedder. We got the K-Brand RA142, that is a feed mixing wagon. We have the Kubota R640 front loader. Lizard MKS8 liquids tanker. Massey Ferguson 8570 harvester header trailer. We have the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251 forage wagon, Rudolph TDK 301 RP trailer, the Samaz XT390 rear deck mower, the Samaz Z2 840H windrower, the Skoda Kodak vehicle car, and a 10-winkle FGB 600 weight. And that's it. That is everything. We got a whole load of stuff here for our starting farm. So now that we've taken in all that, let's go ahead and check out what's here on the farm. We have a sleep trigger right here. Right next to me here, we have a cell point. This is the Hofladen cell point around the side here. And we also have a wood cell trigger right there as well. Around the side here, whoops, easy there. We have the small glass greenhouse where we can plant all of our greenhouse items here. We have a output here and input along the side over here. And let's see, I think that's the only input right there. Now over here, we do have a production point. This production point is the grass drying. Now this one is actually quite interesting. You have an output for the production right here, and you have no input until you go here. You walk up to it, it says power on. Now if I go around this side here, you press the button, B on Xbox or circle on PlayStation, and you'll see this tarp comes off, and here's your input. So you can actually go ahead and make your hay. Now, the recipe for this is actually rather interesting. If we go here to grass drying, you'll see you have two recipes. You have grass in and wood chips in for a hay out. And then here you have grass and straw in and hay out. So that's actually kind of cool. It's kind of an interesting little production point right there. I don't think I've ever seen that. And you can always, put the access point away and put the tarp back on, and you're good to go there. If If we go down, I think there was something, was it in here? Yes, yes it was. Bale and pallet storage right here. We have a cow barn right here with our feed trigger right here. You can also blow straw in right there as well. Milk trigger right here. We have, right back here, room for 30 cows. We start out with 12 of them. And for our slurry, comes out right back there. Now right here is a very interesting silo system. You can see you have an outspout right there. If you walk up to this, you'll see disassemble the blower. You can disassemble the blower. You can also put it back up and then come around to this side where that little hazard box is and says install the blower. Well, there we go. So now we can put in, we can take out, do everything we need to do with our silo. We also have a manure heap right here. We have a little chicken pasture. Room for 10 chickens. We start out with 6 of them. Feed goes here. Eggs spawn right here. Now inside the barn here, we're going to open this door first. Now this is the production point for the mineral feed production. So here you can put in your hay, potatoes, silage, and canola, and you get out your mineral feed. Now if we go inside here, we have our output for the mineral feed right here, and an input right there. Now over here, we have a dairy. This is a production point for a, production point for a dairy. We have an input here. We can open the door using that bucket there, or button right there, and our output is right there. Now the wrench, I think, if I remember correctly, is right here. And we can do all of our various dairy products in that particular production point. So that is excellent. Now we do have a cow barn tucked away back here, cow pasture tucked away back here. 9 cows can go in here, 0 to start out with. So we have our feed goes here, water goes here, and that's it. That is the cow barn, our cow pasture. Wow, wow, wow. It's going to be one of those days. And then we have a wardrobe trigger right here. Now just keep on the lookout for these clotheslines, because you're going to see these little clotheslines that are used, and sometimes the wardrobe trigger does blend in. I've actually kind of ran past several of these on other farms, but we do have the wardrobe trigger right there. And that is everything. So now we're going to head back over and around. We're going to grab our vehicle, and we're going to start heading around the map itself. All right. So first things first, we're going to leave the farm, make a right, and we're going to go follow this road out, just out of town right here, to this building coming up here to my right. Now we're going to stop right here. Now, if we take a look at the map, we were right here on our main starting farm. We came out to the main road and followed this road all the way out to here, to this portion of the map. And you can see this little red exclamation point right here. That indicates that there's something here worth interest. Now, if you purchase farmland number 141 for $40,302, we'll go ahead and do that. You can see this icon appears for a cow pasture. So we can come over here now. All these icons are now available for us to use, and we have room for 47 cows. We have 0 to start out with, feed and water, and you also gain access to this barn. If you don't buy the land, then you can't get into the barn. So now, I'm going to backtrack just a little ways. And then tucked away inside here, right here, we have a lime station buy point. And tucked away in there, we have the agricultural trade Mitashas sell point. Yes. Over here and across the street, Oh, almost right there is the village shop sell point. Continuing around over here. Right here we have the bakery. You can buy this for $150,000. We have an output right here and an input around the back right over here. So pull out there. Continue to follow this around. Whoops, 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 whoops. Easy. To right over here. Now, again, taking a look at the map, we were all the way over here at farmland number 141. We backtracked up to here where we saw the lime station, over across to the agricultural trade Metashus, the village shop, then over to the bakery, came out and around over to farmland number 141. If we purchase this for $108,648, we now have access to the second farm. Now we have a bale and pallet storage right here. Coming around this side. Slurry for our pig barn. Feed for pigs. And room for 25 pigs. You start out with none here. Over here we have our slurry output for our cow barn. We have room for 60 cows. None to start. Feed goes there, manure there, and our milk, milk, where did I see that earlier? Was it tucked in one of these? I'm trying to remember. It was, it's tucked away, and I cannot remember exactly where. I'll find it. I will find it. Or wait, no, that's right. I'm thinking of another one. This one has no milk as an output, and you can verify that. One, if we go here, let's just put in a cow. It doesn't matter, but go here. Let's see, cow, barn, here it is. Yes, no, milk is a trigger there. Where did I see it? This is the manure heap. This might be the milk trigger, but normally this is an indication for the manure heap. Anywho. Now we have a fuel tank right over here. Through this little gateway here, we have a sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger right there. A little bit of extra storage tucked away in here. Wait a minute. Is this one with the repair trigger? No? Okay. Sometimes there's a repair trigger in the back there, so I just wanted to verify that. I'm going to hop back in the car, and we're going to head out. So we're going to follow this road up and around. Now coming up here on the map, you can see farmland number 152 up in the northwest corner of the map there. That is just that barn right there. So if you want access to the barn, you can purchase 152 and get access to it. That's not where I meant to go. That's where I meant to go, right here. And then we'll follow this down. Heading over in this direction. We're going to now come to this area right over here, the animal dealer. Now, if you want to purchase your animals, you can come to this location with this icon here and use it to purchase your animals. You can also use this same icon at any pens and pastures you have listed on the map. If you use this icon, though, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location here and delivering them wherever you have the pens and pastures set up on the map. Now you can see for an adult cow, it gets rather expensive. $100 fee per adult cow. That takes a $1,175 cow into a $1,275 cow. And then when you kind of tack on everything there, you're talking quite a bit of extra money. So to save money, you can bring an animal trailer to this location, park inside this hazard box, and load directly into the trailer. You'd be able to then take the trailer to any pen and pasture you have on the map to load and deliver the animals yourself. Now, tucked away in the back over here, right here, we have a manure buy point and a slurry buy point right there. Now, tucked away right here, we have a gas station. Now we're going to backtrack just a little ways. Whoops, if I can stay on the road. And now we follow this all the way out here. Wait a minute, oh no, I am going the right way. Okay. Follow this track down. Through the woods. Past a beautiful pond system here. And now, tucked away back here, we have the shop trigger right there. And repair trigger over here. And now we leave out of here. And we follow this out towards the east-southeast for a little ways, not too terribly far. Now here, we're going to want to make a right. And now follow this out back to the west. See if I can get around them. There we go. And now follow this road all the way around, going back towards the east. We just continue to follow this out until we come up to the next intersection, which is coming up right, almost right in front of us. Alright, slow it down here. And then follow this. Yes, okay. Had to verify I'm heading in the right direction here, because you got to go all the way out to here to get to this one particular point of interest, but it's the only thing that's out here. So now way out in the woods, took us a little bit of time to get out here. Tucked away way deep back here, we have To the Old Mill. $288,000 to purchase this. And we have an output here and an input tucked away right here. Now to take a look at what the old mill has, we can go here, and to the old mill, you can see it's just a mill. You can put in your barley, oats, your sorghum, and your wheat to get out your regular flour, and then you can also get rice flour out of this mill as well. So nothing too wild and crazy out of the ordinary for this particular one. So now we're going to follow this road back where we came. As we continue to follow this out to the east. And now we'll follow this south for a little ways. Slow it down, make a left. And now we follow this out way out to here. Covered quite a bit of distance up into this point just to get us to right over here. Now if we pull in, and we will go ahead and just stop right here. So let's take a look at the map one more time. So we were all the way up here at farm number 2. We followed this road out over to here where we took in the slurry buy point, manure buy point, animal dealer, went down the road to the gas station here, turned back around down this road to the shop trigger repair trigger, followed this road down, over, and around, back around over to the old mill, then backtrack a little ways down south over to here. Farmland number 145 can be purchased for $402,912. Go ahead and do that. And now we have the biogas plant. And you can see this one actually has a little trick up its sleeve. If we walk up to it, you can see it takes manure, but it also takes potatoes, silage, slurry, and sugar beets cut. So you do get the extra in the potatoes right here to be able to utilize. Solid inputs, liquid output right there, aka digestate, and liquid input right there. Couple bunker silos right there. Back out to the road, make a right, and now follow this ever so carefully to right over here. Up here we have another dairy. And purchase this one for $210,000. We have an input there and an output there. And now we follow this up and around to the northeast. Coming up here, we'll make a left. As we continue to follow this around, we are now going to approach the third and final purchasable farm right over here. Let's go ahead and stop right in front of the driveway right here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. We were down here at the biogas plant. We went up to see the dairy, came up to this road and followed it out to farmland number 142. Can be purchased for $242,217. We'll go ahead and do that. And we get a whole bunch of new pop-ups. Fuel tank right over here. Now let me make sure that I keep tabs on exactly what I say and don't say, because this is kind of laid out in, I don't want to say a funky way, but definitely has some interesting stuff. Repair trigger. Over here we have a input and output for the dairy production. Yes, another dairy production, and our trigger for it is right here. Need to backtrack out here a little ways. Couple bunker silos, couple large bunker silos. And here we have a Karma 16 silo, but this one has a trick up its sleeve. You can see solid fertilizer, lime, seeds, mineral feed are all purchasable items for this particular silo. So that's pretty cool. You can purchase all that stuff there. And over here we have a slurry pit. It's basically a slurry silo. Over here we have our main silo where we have our input and output. Behind it here we have a slurry output for our cow barn. That's going to come up later, but it's tucked away over here. We have also the input for the cows right behind here. we have room for 500 cows, but we do not start out with any. Milk trigger here. Right here, we have the Hofladen-Schellenberg sell point. Here we have our sleep trigger. And around this side here, we have a wardrobe trigger. And we have a greenhouse where we can put in water and get out stuff right here. Now continuing to follow this around back. Tucked around here in this door. Feed trigger for the cow barn right down there. Manure can be gathered inside here. Bale and pallet storage there. We have a feeding robot in here where you can put your hay, straw, silage, and mineral feed right in here, as you can see. And another cow pasture right here. Room for 30 cows. Feed goes here, water goes there. And that's everything. Let's go ahead and just start hopping. I guess we didn't have to hop fences, but we're going to do it anyways. Hop back in the car. And now we need to keep on going. Go across the street, down here, and around. We follow this into the woods. Make a right. And follow this, continuing out to the east. And now we turn this way. Now tucked away in here, we have a slurry buy point right there. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and drive in there. Now you can see there's another purchasable point right here. It's just to get you access to this barn in here. So nothing special necessarily about this one. Here we have another sell point. This is the recycling center sell point with a wood cell trigger off to my left. Whoops. All right, now we follow this out. Around this corner, we'll make a left. And now we'll follow this back out to the main road. Oops, oops, oops. Make a right. Make another right and follow this around. All right, now we head out and catch a couple more points of interest. Gonna come to a stop right here. So over here we have our gas station right there. In front of me we have the warehouse where you can purchase all your palleted goods. Right here, as you can see, all of our palleted goods can be purchased. Output for it is right there. Over here we have a fertilizer buy point, seed buy point, and lime buy point. We also have, tucked around the backside over here, the selling station Schellenberg, as well as the Field Fruits Schellenberg sell point. You also have a bale trigger right there as well. And you can get into this section of the yard through that gate right over here. Even though I kind of snaked my way through here, that is the proper way you go in. Head back to the car. And coming up on our last two areas. All right, we'll stop right here. Right here we have the carpentry, the Schellenberg. 300,000 to purchase this. We have our input right here with a wood cell trigger there. Output along the side over here. And then we get to see something I thought was actually rather interesting. So this area here is another purchasable land plot. You can see right there. Now we were all the way up to, nope, where were we? I think we were right here, as a matter of fact. We were here at the last farm. Came up and around, followed this road out to here, where we got the liquid manure buy point and the recycling center sell point. Came back and around out to this area here. Now you can purchase this. This is a purchasable area, but you're just purchasing a barn. You're not purchasing much of anything else. Now, followed this road out to all this where we saw the gas station, the various buy points for the seed, fertilizer, and lime. We also had the warehouse buy point and the two selling stations, Schellenberg, and multi-fruits Schellenberg. We also went across the street and we saw the carpentry Schellenberg. Now, if we take a look at farmland number 143 for $22,950, now take note, there's nothing here right now. We buy this, and look at this. We get a debris crusher sell point and a Karma 16 silo. So now we have access to sell using this, and this, you can purchase things such as road salt, seeds, mineral feed, and that's it. So the purchasable stuff from here is slightly changed from the other one that we had over at that last farm. And that's it. That is everything here on Oberschwaben. Now it's time to render my opinion, let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. I love this map. I absolutely adore it. The undulations, the terrain is just world class. I absolutely love the way that this map works. Then you look at the color palette. It works. It's really toned down. It's muted. There's a bit of flower pops here and there, but it's not enough to be like, whoa, that just kind of took me off guard kind of thing. It's more of a subtle, like, oh, here's a little bit of yellow, every once in a blue moon. Here's a little bit of, something else. I mean, it's enough to make it feel like it's an actual place. And that's what I love about this, is it just feels legit. The description said that is based off of, let me read that again real quick, is based off of Upper Swabia in Ravensburg, Biberach district. So, I mean, yeah, I can see exactly what they're going for with this. I've never been to that part of the world. I have no idea if this is a fair or true representation, but what I will say is I believe that this could be. It's a beautiful, beautiful map, and I love this. Wait a minute. That's something I didn't realize was here. There's a horse pasture out here, but it's a part of... I can't buy this, can I? Unless I can purchase the outer perimeter, which I believe that's... Here, let's do that. $1.5 million to purchase. I wonder if this actually comes up if I... Here, let's do this. Let's sell off all of our equipment, because that should get us something. just keep on going. And let's see. Now let's go ahead and borrow some money. Hopefully we have enough. We should be able to. We should be able to have enough to be able to buy the periphery. Because if that's the case, yes. So now, let's go ahead and buy that. 1.53 million. Okay. So we bought this, so there's nothing we can do. It's just a decorative horse pasture, which is fine. I just wanted to buy this just to make sure that this wasn't something that we're going to have as a option. But no, it looks like that they're just there as decoration, which is fine. That's totally fine, and I can totally dig that. Like I said, there's just so much going on with this map, and it's such a beauty to look at. You get all these real thick tree lines and forestry areas and all this stuff, and it just makes it come alive. I just love this map. It's great. It's wonderful. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.